Tuscola coming to the plate in the bottom half of the first inning. They'll be led off by Dan Yoakum, the shortstop. He'll be followed by Tommy Watson, the second baseman, and Nolan Walsh, the center fielder. They'll be facing Noah Darr, right-hander, for the Salt Fork Storm. First pitch on the way to the right-handed hitting leadoff man. It's an off-speed pitch on the inside for a ball. Salt Fork, a co-op between Catlin and Jamaica. Here's the pitch on the way in the dirt. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Setting the Storm defensively, it's Connor Taylor in left, Ross Leonard in center, Trenton Hall in right. We'll give you the infield in just a moment. 2-0 pitch in the dirt for a ball, and the count goes to 3-0. Max Stutzman is at third base. Garrett McFadden is at short. Lane Weston's the second baseman, and Cole Sanford is at first. Colton Baird behind the plate, and on the mound is right-hander Noah Darr, who's behind 3-0. And the pitch is a called strike. Andy Pankey is the home plate umpire. Matt McElroy is calling the bases today. Here's the pitch, fly ball out into right center field. It is going to get down for a base hit. And the Warriors have their leadoff man on as Yoakum singles into short right center field. That'll bring up the second baseman, Tommy Watson. Tommy batting .326 on the season with 16 RBIs. Yoakum a threat to steal. He has 18 stolen bases on the season. He's getting off to a very good-sized lead already. Darr looks, goes to the stretch. There's the runner going. Watson fakes a bunt. The catcher can't make the throw. A strike to Watson and a stolen base for Yoakum. So the Warriors have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Yoakum again off to a good lead. Watson tries to bunt and bunts it foul. And he falls behind 2 strikes to nothing. Duff Hull, the third-year head coach of the Warriors, down in the third base coaching box for the Warriors. 0-2 the count to Watson. Runner at second, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The stretch by Darr, the pitch, breaking pitch high. And that makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Watson trying to hit the ball to the right side of the diamond to get Yoakum over to third. Big gap between first and second. Now the second baseman goes over to cover. Here's a ground ball to short. That's not going to get it done. And now Yoakum is going. Here's the throw to first. And Yoakum does make it to third. He waited till the shortstop had fielded the ball and made the throw to first. So not exactly textbook, but it gets the job done. Watson grounds out 6-3 for the first out. Yoakum goes to third, and it brings up the center fielder, Nolan Walsh. Walsh, right-handed hitter. Tristan Williams in the on-deck circle. Here's the stretch by Darr. Looks at the runner, the first pitch. Called strike on the inside corner. And the count is 0-1. Beautiful day for baseball, finally. I think I said that last week, but temperature up in the low 80s. Here's the pitch, ground ball up the middle, a base hit, and that's going to bring home the first run of the ball game. So Walsh singles up the middle, gets the RBI. And the Warriors use some textbook small ball. Base hit, stolen base, ground ball, and a base hit. That'll bring up the catcher, Tristan Williams, right-hand hitter, facing the right-hander, Darr. Williams takes the first pitch for a strike. Both teams in white uniforms. The Storm uniforms are trimmed in black and silver. Warriors have the sleeveless vest type top with black sleeves and gold and black trim. Here's the pitch, ground ball. right side foul down the first baseline. And the count is 0-2 to Williams with Nick Bates on deck. 1-0 Tuscola. We're in the bottom half of the first inning from Irvin Park in Tuscola. Warriors will be hosting a Class 2A regional tournament next week. They are the number 3 seed. Here's the stretch by Dar, the pitch, foul tipped off the catcher, and the count holds at 0-2. Warriors' first game will be against Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond. The Knights are the 6th seed in the 6-team field. Runner started to break for second, held up, tried to get the pitcher to balk, but he held his position, stepped off the rubber to the back. Here's the pitch, fouled back to the screen, and Williams is staying alive with an 0-2 count, fouling off a couple pitches. Outfield, kind of guarding the lines a little bit in left and right, playing straight away in center, so there's some pretty good sized gaps in right center and left center. Here's the pitch, runner going, pitch fouled back to the screen. So that's 3 foul balls after the first 2 strikes for Williams. Walsh was going on the pitch, so he has to go back. In a little bit we'll give you the schedule for the regional tournament. Here's a curveball that gets away high and inside. Williams has to duck out of the way. Noah Dar, right-hander for the Salt Fork Storm. Stretch by Dar, the pitch on the way, high and inside, and the count is now even at 2-2. So Williams doing a good job working the count here in the early going. Not much, not any wind really. Here's a pitch fouled back behind the plate. 4 foul balls. So we're working on the 9th pitch of this at bat. 2-2 count, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the first. Tuscola leading 1-0. Here's the pitch by Dar, swung on and missed. And Williams goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher. Nick Bates, left-hand hitter, right-hand thrower, a freshman. He was thrown right into the athletic wars this fall when he moved into the starting quarterback position on the football team. Then played extensively on the basketball team, even earned second team all-conference in basketball. Throw to first. Walsh dives back just in time. Oh, 1 the count to Bates with Cameron Westjohn on deck. Here's the pitch. High and outside for a ball, evens the count. At a ball and a strike. Warriors got the run when Yoakum singled, stole second, went to third on a ground ball by Watson, and scored on a single up the middle by Nolan Walsh. 2 outs now. Here's a ground ball, hit off the handle of the bat. Third baseman had it, tried to make the transfer to his hand, and everybody is safe. And we're going to have to call that one an error. I think he could have had it and made the play, but lost the handle. So Warriors with runners at first and second, 2 out. That'll bring up Cameron Westjohn, right-hand hitting first baseman. Here's the pitch, ball high. Bates was jammed a little bit, kind of hit that off the handle of the bat. Rolled out into the grass. Stutzman came in, picked it up, tried to make the transfer to his hand, and dropped the baseball. Here's a swing and a miss. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Here's the stretch by Dar, the pitch. Low for a ball. And the count is 2-1. This field at Irvin Park, kind of small by some standards. Not as small as what we saw last week at Arthur. 267 down right field, 275 down the left field line, but it's some people have complained it's a little small and the ball tends to fly out sometimes, but there's not a whole lot they can do. There's a road running behind the right field fence. Here's a ground ball to Stutzman. He's going to take it and step on the bag for the unassisted putout, and we're at the end of the first inning of play. In the inning for the Warriors, 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 2 runners left on base, and after 1 inning of play, the score is Tuscola 1 and Salt Fork nothing. Back at Irvin Park in Tuscola, we move to the top of the second inning. First 3 batters for Salt Fork will be Cole Taylor, the designated hitter, Cole Sanford, the first baseman, and Max Stutzman, the third baseman. They'll be facing right-hander Nick Bates. Bates take to a 1-0 lead in the first inning. First pitch low and away to Taylor. And it's ball 1. Pitch by Bates, line down the left field line, foul up against the fence. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Cole Taylor batting .447 for the season. 25 runs batted in. One of the leaders in Central Illinois. Here's a pitch. Hit sharply out to short. Shortstop knocks it down, throws to first, and gets the runner just in time. Dan Yoakum knocked it down, a sharply hit ball. Picked it up, made the throw over to first to Westjohn, and there's 1 away in the second. That'll bring up Cole Sanford, the first baseman. Sanford batting .373. 16 RBIs. First pitch is low in the dirt for a ball. Not a lot of room behind the plate to the backstop. Here's a pitch fouled off. Count is even at 1-1. About the bottom 4 feet of the backstop is wood covered by thin rubber covering. Sometimes it sounds like a shotgun when the ball hits that. It bounces back in a hurry. So here's a pitch high for a ball, and the count is 2-1. You kind of have to be careful when the ball, if you're on base and the ball gets past the catcher. Here's the pitch. Popped up to the right side. Right fielder going over toward the foul line, and Zach Bates makes the catch, and they're 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring up the third baseman, Max Stutzman. Stutzman batting .383, 9 RBIs. Tall, right-handed hitting third baseman. Kind of looks like a first baseman, but they have him at third today. Here's the pitch, low and away for a ball. Nobody on, 2 out. We're in the top of the second inning. Tuscola leading 1-0. Here's the pitch on the way by Bates. Fly ball. And it popped up to the shortstop, and Yoakum makes the catch. So the Storm go down in order. In the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After an inning and a half at Tuscola, the score, the Warriors 1, the Storm nothing. We go to the bottom of the second inning at Irvin Park in Tuscola. Leading off for the Warriors will be the third baseman, Devin Rose. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Austin Martin, and the right fielder, Zach Bates. Noah Dar on the mound for the Salt Fork Storm. His first pitch, high and inside. I think it knocked a piece of the catcher's mitt off or something. Maybe some of the padding, I don't know. But he's gonna, Colton Baird's gonna keep at it. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way from Dar. That one's in the dirt, so high and inside and down in the dirt. And the count is 2-0 to Rose. A .356 hitter on the season with 15 runs batted in for the Warriors. The pitch on the way, and that hits him. And Rose gets on base to lead off the inning. And that'll bring up Austin Martin, center fielder. So Dar struggling a little bit here in the early going. Gave up a run on 2 hits in the first. Walks or hits the leadoff man here in the second. First pitch to Martin. Called strike on the inside corner, right about the letters. Martin with 2 home runs for the Warriors. Look by Dar over at first, to stretch. Throw over to first. Devin Rose back in time. Outfield playing fairly straight away, all the way around. Here's a bunt out to the third base side of the mound. Pitcher has it, throws to first, and Rose moves up to second on the sacrifice. Goes 1-3 on the sacrifice. And with 1 out, the batter's the right fielder, Zach Bates. Bates, a sophomore, the older brother of Tuscola pitcher Nick Bates. Runner at second, 1 out. Here's a pitch high inside for a ball. Bates' job with a runner at second. Move the runner to third. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Center fielder comes in, makes the catch. Quick throw to second. And the runner's back in time. Bates hit it on the nose, but right to the center fielder, Ross Leonard. And with 2 out, we get back to the top of the order. The shortstop, Dan Yoakum. Yoakum singled to right the first time up. First pitch in the dirt, ball gets away, runner's going to go to third. And a wild pitch puts the runner 90 feet from home plate. 1-0 the count to Yoakum. Stretch by Dar. The pitch, high for a ball. Dar prefers to pitch from the stretch with the runner on third. Some will pitch from the windup. Don't know if there'd be much chance of the batter bunting with 2 outs. But he probably feels more comfortable that way. Probably figures better safe than sorry. 3-0 the count to Yoakum. Pitch on the way, high for a ball. That's the first walk given up by Noah Dar. And he'll bring up Tommy Watson. Watson grounded to short in the first inning. Yoakum was at second base, and he headed for third after the shortstop threw to first. Here's the fake to third, to throw to first. Runner's back in time. You'll only see that in the amateur ranks anymore. They outlawed that in the professional ranks this year. Here's the pitch. Watson squares to bunt. Yoakum was going. He's into second base, standing up. his second stolen base of the game. 1 strike to count to Watson. Runners now at second and third. Here's the pitch on the way. Called strike on the inside corner. Watson not sure if he agrees with that one or not. Actually, I'm pretty sure he doesn't agree. And the count is 0-2 to Watson. Here's the stretch by Dar, the pitch. High for a ball, and count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Watson, a sophomore. Saw quite a bit of action on last year's runner-up team in Class 1A. Here's a pitch. Inside for a ball, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So after falling behind 2 strikes to nothing, Watson is even the count at 2-2 with runners at second and third and 2 out. Tuscola leading 1-0. Here's a pitch high for a ball, and the count's full at 3-2. Nolan Walsh on deck for the Warriors. He drove in the first run, or the only run of the game so far. Here's the stretch. The 3-2 pitch to Watson. Ground ball, too short. McFadden with the throw to first, and that retires the side. And the Warriors threaten but don't score. In the second for Tuscola, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We've played 2 innings at Irvin Park in Tuscola. The Warriors lead Salt Fork by a score of 1-0. Head to the top of the 3rd inning at Irvin Park. Bottom 3 of the order due up for the Salt Fork Storm: Lane Weston, Garrett McFadden, and Colton Baird. Facing right-hander Nick Bates. Here's a little tap at the plate. Picked up in foul territory by Tristan Williams, and it's 0-1. Weston, left-handed hitter, playing second base for the Storm this afternoon. Bates looks in for a sign from Williams. The wind-up, the freshman delivers. Low and away for a ball, and the count is even at 1-1. Zach Bates pulled around to play the left-hand hitter to pull. Big gap in right center field. Center fielder playing on the left field side of second base. Here's a pitch low, and the count is 2-1. Bates looks in for his sign. Goes into his windup and the pitch on the way. Called strike, and the count is 2-2. Austin Martin in left. Nolan Walsh in center. Zach Bates in right for the Warriors. Wind up the 2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Second strikeout for Bates. And it brings up the shortstop, Garrett McFadden. McFadden, right-hand hitter, playing shortstop this afternoon for the Storm. First pitch is high for a ball. One ball, no strikes to count. Pitch high for ball 2. We talked earlier about the field here not kind of landlocked. They have a road running behind it in right field. Out behind the left center field fence is a Little League field. About the only place to deepen the fences would be in center field, and you only do that about maybe 20, 25 feet. You might have to uproot a tree to do that. Here's a pitch on the inside corner for a strike, and the count is 3-1 to McFadden. Here's the pitch on the way. Ball 4. And the Storm have their first base runner of the afternoon. Bates had set down the first 7 in order. Walks the number 8 hitter and brings up the catcher, Colton Baird. Baird, right-hand hitter. Batting .364. First pitch is a called strike. 13 RBIs, 20 hits and 55 at-bats on the season. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2 on the inside corner. It looked like he was wanting to swing the bat. He held up. Pitch was a called strike. 0-2 pitch on the way by Bates. Outside. And the count is 1-2. Still a big gap in right center field. Even for the right-hand hitter. Here's a pitch fouled off behind the plate. And the count holds at 1-2. One on, one out. We're in the top of the third inning. Tuscola leading 1-0. 1-2 the count to Colton Baird. Noah Darr in the on-deck circle. Here's a pitch outside. And the count evens at 2-2. Bates has gone to 1-3-2 count in the ball game. Here's the pitch. Fly ball left field down the line. And it is a foul ball.
Sorry about that.
Just behind the left field foul pole, there's a batting cage with some little leaguers warming up. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Rose picks it up, throws to second for the force, over to first. Not in time for the double play. McFadden retired 5-4 for the second out. And Baird is safe on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up the pitcher, Noah Darr. Darr grounded to short to lead off the ball game. In fact, he hit the first pitch to him. Open stance, left front foot pointing down the third baseline. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. Colton Baird, the runner now at first base. Does not look like a threat to steal. Here's a ground ball bounced through into left field for a base hit. And the Storm have their first hit of the baseball game. And the Storm with runners at first and second with 2 out. And the batter is Trenton Hall, the right fielder. Hall struck out swinging the first time up. First of 2 strikeout victims for Nick Bates. There's Bates to the belt, the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. And Bates jumps ahead of the number 2 hitter. Here's the stretch. The pitch on the way. Curved ball breaks in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Had a chance to see Salt Fork earlier in the season, a doubleheader against Unity, and can't remember if they did a lot of running. It was a pitch high. Hall started to go around, held up. Home plate umpire Andy Pankey appeals to the base umpire Matt McElroy. McElroy said he did not go around. And the count is 1-2 to Hall. Russ Learned on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Looks like Bates took something off of that one. And the Storm are retired in the third. That's the third strikeout for Bates in the ball game. For Salt Fork, no runs. There was 1 hit. There were no errors. And there were 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom half of the third inning at Irvin Park in Tuscola. The score, Tuscola 1 and Salt Fork 0. We go to the bottom half of the third inning, and Salt Fork has a new pitcher on the mound. He is Josh Kimbrough, a right-hander. And he'll be facing Nolan Walsh to lead off the inning. be Walsh, Williams, and Bates here in the third for Tuscola. First pitch is a ball to Walsh. And that one hits Walsh. And now the Salt Fork coach, Gary Hankson, comes out. He was out of the dugout and on his way to the mound before Walsh was halfway to first. See if we can find some other changes for the Storm, at least on the infield. I think he's just telling Kimbrough to throw some strikes. Looks like the infield stays the same for Salt Fork. We'll hopefully catch the other. Don't know if Kimbrough's coming in Dar's spot in the order or not. But anyway, it'll bring up Tristan Williams with a runner at first and nobody out here in the third inning. First pitch, line drive over the head of the first baseman into the left field corner. Walsh makes the big turn at second. Ball got away from the shortstop out to cut off the throw. And the runners, Warriors have runners at first and second with nobody out, and the batter is Nick Bates, the pitcher. Bates reached on an error in the first inning.
Let's go, baby.
Pitch is outside for a ball. I said that hit by Williams was hit over the head of the third baseman. You have to do something to hit it over Max Stutzman's head. He stands probably 6'4", 6'5".
Let's go, bud.
But it was on a line over his head into the left field corner. Here's the pitch. Bates takes for a ball, and the count is 2-0. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Right fielder pulled over into down right field line. Here's a fly ball to left center field. Left fielder is back, coming up to the fence, and he makes the catch for the out. Ball was hit almost to the fence in left center field. Left fielder went over and made the catch for the first out. The runners hold. Walsh went about halfway between second and third. We saw the catch was made. He hustled back to second base. That'll bring up Cameron Westjohn, the first baseman. 1 out in the inning. Stretched by Kimbrough, the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Westjohn reached on a fielder's choice to end the first inning. 1-0 Tuscola. We're in the bottom of the third from Irvin Park. Here's the pitch by Kimbrough. And it's a called strike 2. Took something off that one. Off-speed pitch, got it into the strike zone. And the count is 0-2. Here's the stretch and the pitch. In the dirt, the runners are going. And the Warriors execute the double steal. Both runners were going. The pitch was in the dirt. And the count is 1-2 to Westjohn. Devin Rose on deck. Here's the stretch. RBI opportunity for Westjohn. The pitch. Fly ball, center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. Here's a throw to third. And the runner is in safely. Head first slide. 1 run scores. Westjohn picks up the RBI. And the Warriors have a 2-0 lead. And that'll bring in Devin Rose, the third baseman. He was hit by a pitch. Got around to third, but was stranded there. Runner at first going, pitch in the dirt. Ball's in the dirt for ball 1. Westjohn goes down to second. Once again, the Warriors have 2 runners in scoring position. The stretch by Kimbrough. Look back at the runner. Pitch was low for a ball, and the count is 0-2. 0-2 the count. Austin Martin on deck for Tuscola. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low for a ball. And the count is 3-0. Josh Kimbrough, the second pitcher used by Gary Hankson today. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And Kimbrough gets the automatic strike on 3-0. Puts the count at 3 balls and a strike. Noah Dar went 3 innings, or went 2 innings rather, gave up 1 run, 2 hits. Here's a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. And now the count is full at 3-2. 1 strikeout, a walk, and a hit batsman for Dar. Here's a stretch. Now the pitcher steps off the rubber. Hankson may be doing the committee approach to pitching today, since this is a non-conference game. Here's the stretch. The pitch on the way. Fly ball, right field. Runner at third tags. Right fielder makes the catch. The throw into the infield is not in time. Everybody is safe and a run scores. And Rose drives in his 16th run of the season with a sacrifice fly to right field for the second out in the inning. Williams slides in. Westjohn goes to third. And the batter is Austin Martin. Runner at third and 2 out. Tuscola leading 3-0. Here's the stretch. The pitch on the way. Low and away for a ball. Well, one way or another, Tuscola has gotten 3 hits to lead off innings. 1 was a base hit. The other 2 were hit batsmen. But they got on base and they scored, or 2 of them scored. That's all that matters. 2-0 the count to Martin. Zach Bates in the on-deck circle. Here's the stretch and pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 3. And now Colton Baird goes out to talk to his pitcher, Josh Kimbrough. The Storm have some pretty good pitchers in the Taylors. Connor has a 0 ERA. Cole's ERA is 1.26. Here's the stretch, the 3-0 pitch. High for a ball. And Martin draws the base on balls with 2 out. So runners at the corners for the Warriors with 2 out. And the batter is Zach Bates, the right fielder. He flied out to center the first time up in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Runner at third going. Here's a pop-up on the infield. The shortstop has it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So Bates pops up to the shortstop, McFadden. But the Warriors get 2 runs in the third inning on 1 or 2 base hits. There are no errors, and there are 2 runners left on for the Warriors. We've played 3 innings at Irvin Park in Tuscola, and the Warriors lead Salt Fork by a score of 3-0. We move to the 4th inning here at Irvin Park in Tuscola. Leading off the 4th for the Salt Fork Storm will be Ross Leonard. He'll be followed by Cole Taylor and Cole Sanford. Nick Bates, right-handed freshman on the mound for the Warriors. First pitch, sharply hit up the middle. It's a good thing Bates' follow-through took him to the first base side of the mound, as that skipped right up the mound right behind him. And that's the second hit given up by Bates. First time the Storm have put their leadoff man on base. That'll bring up Cole Taylor, the designated hitter. Stretch by Bates. Pitch home, skips away from the catcher. And the wild pitch moves Leonard into scoring position. Cole Taylor, 447 average, 34 hits and 76 at bats, 25 runs batted in on the season. He's got a chance to pick up number 26 right here. Stretched by Bates, the pitch popped up. Out in the grass in short right field, second baseman Tommy Watson goes out to make the catch. And there's one out in the fourth inning for Salt Fork. Zach Bates came in from right field to back up Watson, but Tommy was there to make the catch for the first out. That'll bring up Cole Sanford, the first baseman. He flied to right the first time up. Runner at second, one out. Off-speed pitch goes high for a ball. Ross Lerner led off with a base hit up the middle. Went second on a wild pitch. Cole Taylor popped up to the second baseman. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. I think Sanford was getting ready to try to put that one out on the Little League field behind left center field. Kids warming up for a game out there, which should be starting in about 30 minutes. Here's the stretch. Bates looks back at the runner, the pitch. Off-speed pitch inside for a ball. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Gary Hankson down in the third base coach's box. Here's the pitch. Fly ball down the right field line, and that is just foul. About a foot and a half foul down in the right field corner. And the count is even at 2-2. Sanford, pretty solidly built young man, right-hand hitter. Stutzman on deck for the Storm. Bates looks in for the sign, the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Nick Bates in the ball game. And with 2 out and runners still at second base, the batter is Max Stutzman, the third baseman. He popped up to the shortstop. Here's a ground ball. Backhand, stopped by the shortstop. Throw to first, and the side is retired. Nice stop by the shortstop, Dan Yoakum, going to his right, backhanded the ball. Got up and fired at the first to retire the side. In the inning for Salt Fork, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We're halfway through this one. After 3.5 innings, the score, Tuscola 3, Salt Fork nothing. Top of the order up for Tuscola here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the first pitch is a ball to Dan Yoakum. He'll be followed by Tommy Watson and Nolan Walsh. Here's the pitch on the way from Josh Kimbrough. And the ball is high and away for a ball. And the count is 2-0. Here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 3. The starting pitcher, Noah Darr, is out in left field replacing Connor Taylor. So Connor Taylor was being hit for by the DH Cole Taylor. Here's a 3-0 pitch and a called strike, and the count is 3-1. So the batting order remains the same for Salt Fork. Cole Taylor batting. And here's a pitch low for a ball. And Yoakum draws the leadoff walk. So that's 4 innings, 4 times the Warriors have put the leadoff man on base. That'll bring up Tommy Watson, the second baseman. Watson has grounded out twice to the shortstop. Yoakum with a lead. He's a threat to go. He's moving. Pitch inside. Goes back to the screen. And Yoakum rounds second base. He'll be credited with a stolen base because he was on the move when the wild pitch went back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Watson. Yoakum with a lead at second. Here's a pitch inside. Yoakum with a big lead, more than halfway to third base. He puts on the brakes and goes back to second. 2-0 the count to Watson with Walsh on deck. Runner at second, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Tuscola, a run in the first, 2 in the third. They lead at 3-0 in this non-conference high school baseball game. Now Kimbrough looks back, nobody covering. Walsh at second. Now the second baseman, Lane Weston, comes over to the bag. He'll move back to his position. Here's a pitch, line drive, drops into left field. Yoakum's going to round third. He'll hold up. And the runner, Warriors with runners at the corners. Watson dropped that in front of the left fielder, Noah Dar, in shallow left field. Yoakum came around third, got the stop sign from Duff Hole. And the Warriors with runners at the corners and nobody out. And that'll bring up Nolan Walsh, the center fielder. Walsh was hit by a pitch the last time up. He's been on base twice. Here's the runner going, breaking for second. No throw from the catcher with a runner at third. And now the Warriors have 2 men in scoring position with nobody out. It's stretched by Kimbrough. Pitch on the way. Ground ball. Stutzman knocks it down. Picks it up. Throws to first. Gets the runner. And everybody has to hold. Yoakum was right there at third, and Stutzman not even 5 feet away from him, so nothing he could do about that. Walsh grounds out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. That brings up Tristan Williams, the catcher. Williams singled and scored the second run of the inning for Tuscola in the third. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Yoakum at third, Watson at second, 1 out. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Little tapper, gets past the mound. Stutzman picks it up. Quick throw to first, in time, a run scores. And it's 4-0 as Williams picks up the RBI.
Good job, RBI, buddy. Good job.
On the play, Watson goes to third. And with 2 out and a run in, that'll bring up Nick Bates, the pitcher. Bates reached on an error and flied to left. He's 0 for 2. The pitch swung on and missed. That one looked like it was a little off-speed delivery. On the outside corner, Bates went for it and came up empty. Here's the stretch. The 0-1 pitch by Kimbrough outside, about the same place almost. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Tuscola will play Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond at 4:30 on Monday here at Tuscola. Here's a pitch outside. Winner of that game will play Paris at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Sullivan will play at Pana on Monday, and they will take on Shelbyville. The winner of that will play Shelbyville at 4:30. Here's a fly ball into the right center field. Center fielder Learned over, and he makes the catch to retire the side. But Tuscola picks up another run. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. We've played 4 innings at Irvin Park. And the score, Tuscola 4 and Salt Fork 0.